Thank you, Dr. Anurag Batra. You have been very kind to me to say some good words about me. But the fact remains that the process was self-operative, and you made a good choice of the jury, and it was fairly represented by various professionals all across the area, like the practicing lawyers, like the in-house counsels, and also the influencers. So jury was consisting of very eminent people, and I think you made a very good choice in finding out the jury for this process. My topic for 15 minutes, which is given to me, says that why I admire young professionals. Now, this is not certainly ended with a question mark. There is a full stop. So please do not question that why I like them, and there is no question of why. I love young professionals. And I have, though, dozens and dozens of reasons that why I admire and love young professionals, and other than the lawyers also. I particularly zeroed in on the 5 large reasons that why I admire the young professionals, and particularly in the choice of becoming a lawyer today. The first and the foremost is that all youngsters are well-informed choice of their profession today. It's not like that it was in our period. Like, I have no hesitation in saying that I became a lawyer because I failed to become a doctor or an engineer. So I became a lawyer, but today I don't regret becoming a lawyer. I possibly could not have aspired more from the life what I have achieved to be a lawyer, even if I would have been a doctor or an engineer. But this was a choice which did not come to me by a well-informed process. Today's youngsters are very well informed. They know what their capabilities are. They know what their acumen is. They know that what they wish to achieve in life. They know where their passion rests. And therefore, when they become lawyers, after passing a very, very difficult test, it's an informed choice. We were, as I say, came to the legal profession. Like my case, I came to the legal profession by default, not by a choice. So the first important factor today is that the youngsters really know that what they wish to become in life. If they wanted to become a lawyer, they will become lawyer. They will appear for the test, they will work hard, and then it's a choice which they have made after well informing themselves of the various other professions. The second issue is that today's youngsters are very focused. I see my own daughter and my son, and I have found out that I have no choice in finding out their careers. Like, I wanted my son to become a lawyer, but he refused steadfast. And he said, no, I wanted to be a banker. I wanted to be a financial professional. So it's that they are very focused from the day one. The moment they come out of the school, they start making their choice and they are focused on that profession. If they are the lawyers, they are focused all their energies, all their resources, whatever is at their command or at the command of their parents, and they are focused to succeed in that profession. So that is the second reason that I love about the youngsters, that they are very focused on whatever the profession they choose. And I'm not saying necessarily to be a lawyer, whether they are the doctors, engineers, software professionals, or even the artificial intelligence, wherever they go, they have focused their energy in succeeding in that particular branch, and they do not wish to be seen or meddling with any other profession side by side as the earlier generations used to do. The third, which why I admire, is that they are well prepared and researched. I can particularly watch about the today's lawyers that I sit into dozens of moot courts every year. I myself address not less than about 50 to 60 webinars now, and earlier the seminars in a year. And I know that how well prepared and how researched the young generation is. Possibly the reason is that they have not to go through so many books. They have not to go to the library. They have not to go to, like we used to run through the various journals. We will find out the topic, then we will go through the books. From the books index, we will find out the citation. Then we will go through to the library or to the father's library to find out that where that citation is, whether it is in the Supreme Court cases, whether it is in the Company Law cases, whether it is in the AIR, whether it is in the ILR, wherever they are. We used to spend a lot of time in finding out and doing the research. Today, they are well prepared in research because everything is at their command of a button. Most of them use the gadgets, and those gadgets are very well prepared. There are the sites, there are the particularly specified sites about the citations. And I think that is the third reason that I admire, that this generation know really that how to prepare themselves and how to do that research. It used to take us hours and hours and hours to find out the one citation which may be relevant. Today, you need not to go through the whole journal or whole of the book to find out the citations, particularly for the lawyers. You just type out in your computer that this is the proposition of law, and the site will give you hundreds and hundreds of the cases on that proposition. So this is how that they are well prepared and researched. And I admire them for that, that when they take up the topic, like I have seen very young lawyers in the second year, third year, fourth year of the law school, and they are so well prepared and researched like a true professional arguing before a court. And this is how I admire about the young generation, and particularly because I have not seen many other young professionals in the other areas. But I'm sure that if the lawyers are doing so much of research activity, the other young professionals in any other profession must be doing the same thing. The fourth reason that I admire them is their passion. I particularly advise in all my webinars and seminars that if there is one tool which will make you succeed in any profession, is the passion that you put into that profession. You must put that profession over and above everything. And that is what your passion is. It must be that you are wedded to that profession. That is what we say, that your profession has become possibly your second wife or the first wife, and your true wife has become the second wife. And this is how I see the young professionals. I see the young professionals who are under my wings, that they are prepared to work, not up to the timing of their working. Like they don't work up to the office works of 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. I have seen them working overnight. When there is an urgency, I have seen the youngsters working out in the office throughout the night. And in the morning, I tell them that this is what is required. They say, yes, sir. And with that one note, I'll find them that they are prepared to work. It is their passion to succeed. And this is what I like about this generation, that they are really passionate about what they do. Because most of us who came to this profession by default and not by choice, we also succeeded because once made a choice, even by default, we ensured that I put everything what I have in this profession. And that is what the passion is. That you must not think of any other thing except the profession of law. If you are a lawyer, if you are a doctor, nothing else. And this is the one trait that you will find in most of not only the young professionals, but all professionals outside India. The scientists work all the night in the laboratories. The lawyers are prepared to work if they leave the office, because the office will not permit them to remain there before 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. They take all the work home and work up to 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. And that is what the passion is. So this is the fourth reason that I really like and admire the youngsters, because the passion which is missing, particularly in the old generation, is available with most of the youngsters. The last but not the least, I will say without any hesitation or a blink of my eyes, that the young professionals today keep a more ethical and honest approach to the profession. I have not seen that kind of an ethical behavior from my generation, or even the generation which are five years or 10 years even younger to me. But I have seen that the youngsters which have come to the profession, particularly the lawyer's profession, I have seen that they are very highly ethical. They are so ethical and they are so honest with their profession that I sometimes admire that whether at this stage, at his age, whether to be so honest with the profession will deprive him the benefits of money that the profession will give him. And then I do not hear anything against their ethical and honesty in the young professionals. I can share something with you that I was at a seminar when there were no webinars. Webinars came because of the COVID, but we used to have the physical seminars. I was addressing a seminar. And the last point in my seminar was that please keep your morals very high, because it's your morals high in the profession which will bring you a good name and success also. And somebody from the audience raised the hand and he says, sir, it's very good for you because you have everything now. You have succeeded in the profession. But please understand one thing, that if I keep my morals high, my living standards will be very low. And this is what surprised me today, that I don't hear this attitude from the young professionals. I find them that they are so good that you give them any kind of allurement, you can't allure them to anything if it is not an honesty and it's not an ethical behavior to the profession that they are attached to. Ladies and gentlemen, I think, as I said in the beginning, that there may be dozens and dozens and dozens of reasons that I admire the youngsters, but I feel that these are the 5 intensified reasons that I feel that the young generation possess. And that is why we have seen that at a young age of 25, at the young age of 26, my experience as a jury chairman with the people that I interacted during this interviews, within a very short span of 2 minutes or 3 months, I could see the honesty, I could see the passion, I could see that how prepared and researched they are, and they are not afraid to take that risk. I have heard some of them which are in a branch of law, which in my lifetime I have never heard. Cryptocurrency laws. Who knew that legal professionals will concentrate on the cryptocurrency laws, and that how this particularly branch of finance and currency will be handled throughout the world. Now, these, ladies and gentlemen, are some of the aspects that I really admire the young generations, and I wish that my generations and few generations coming after me could have kept the same attitude, because all these things which are available to the younger generation, of course, are easily available now because they are well cared for and they are well provided for by their parents. So barring some exceptional circumstances, majority of them, rather a vast majority of them, I have seen them keep very good ethical and honest behavior than my generations. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. And I must appreciate and I must thank the BW Legal for giving me this opportunity of sharing my thoughts, which have nothing to do with law, but I feel that these are the cherished points that the younger generation possesses in them, and that is the reason that nobody can stop them from doing the successful journey which they have started now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Chaudhary, for really giving the virtues that the young professionals of today have. You're being very kind. I can only say that what has been the legal profession's gain has been the healthcare and the engineering profession's loss. I'm sure you would have done equally well. And having been on the receiving end of your advice in a particular matter over the years, which you helped us solve successfully, I can tell you how professional, business-like, meticulous, and prepared you were every time we engaged with you. And I remember a particular incident about 10 years back when you were representing us, and you spent a 15-20 minutes with us preparing for the brief, and next day the other counsel had not even prepared. And that, I mean, even if possibly he would have prepared, we would have won. But the fact is, the other person was not nuanced. We can't say whether he had prepared or not. That I have no knowledge. But your preparation was such that you were able to instill the confidence in the client, as well as when you presented the case, you represented, you were able to build in on a simple point. And so I'm sure the loss has been of the medical profession and the engineering profession. And I'm sure with your dissection of what the qualities of younger brigade are today, they will feel happy, they will feel motivated, and I'm sure they're worthy of your appreciation. And going forward, they'll continue to hone the traits that have brought them to this junction. So thank you so much for being kind.